It's Week 18 of the National Football League. We'll get a look at Joe Burrow as he's gone over 4,000 yards passing now for the year. It's the Saints and the Bears coming up next.
The first open back in 1975. There's a look inside the iconic Caesars Superdome in downtown New Orleans. Today, the curtain falls on the regular season, and we've got a good one in store between the Chicago Bears and the New Orleans Saints. Along with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you look at this Saints team as they interplay. They're hot as can be. Winners of 8 of their last 9 games.
I don't know if you'd call this start a surprise exactly, but they've proven that they're going to be able to stand toe-to-toe with anybody.
Meanwhile, for our visitors, the Bears, they're in a real groove of late. Winners of 5 of their last 6 games. Kicker Graham Gano set to put his foot into this one. And we are underway from the Superdome. And no run back on the opening kickoff. It'll come out to the 25. So here are the Bears now for their opening drive. They'll be led out by their 5'11 quarterback from Wisconsin by way of NC State, and that's Russell Wilson.
And similar to his nickname, Russell Wilson has a dangerous mix of skills, the ability to throw from the pocket and extend plays and throw on the run. Not to mention an absolute winner.
A man who played collegiately here in Louisiana, Elijah Mitchell. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. On 2nd down, here's Mitchell. Oh, nice move. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. First down for the Bears, a gain of 15. That O-line, they cleared a big hole there on that run.
The athleticism of offensive lines continues to evolve, and we're seeing it here. Not only the controlling things right at the line of scrimmage, but they're able to get upfield to get to what we call the 2nd and the 3rd levels. You know, get to linebacker spot, the secondary spot, getting all the way downfield with their blocking, which helps keep the running back clean.
They'll try to continue that trend here this afternoon. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. This defense for the Saints, they were fantastic a week ago in that win over Houston.
And what keyed their victory? The pass rush. Got to the quarterback 6 times for sacks, and plenty of other turbulence in the pocket for him as well. Hard to throw the ball downfield when all you're seeing is opposing jerseys come at you.
Let's see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a first down. Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete. The linebacker, Demario Davis, got a hand in to break that one up.
That was their first 3rd down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key 3rd down throws.
On is the punter, Townsend, as he gets this one away. On the return, it's Rodgers. It's a 42-yard punt, but 8 on the return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. And here come the Saints for their opening drive. They'll be led out by the number 1 overall pick back in 2020 from LSU. It's Joe Burrow.
I like this guy, and the reason I do, he tends to stay on an even keel. Doesn't let too much ruffle him. He will manage the game the way it needs to be managed, take what the defense gives him, and then he can strike at times. Had a touchdown pass. Yes, he had an interception last week, but he found a way for his team to win.
They'll run with Pollard to begin the drive. Good footwork at the 30. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Jalen Ramsey running down. A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3.
Well, look at this, a tight end carry. And he stopped immediately there. The Bears bring out an extra defender in the secondary now for 3rd down. Now it's Burrow.
It's 3rd down and 4.
And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. 10 yards, good for his Saints. 1st down.
And the Saints, 1st down.
Now a give here to Pollard. And slow going there as he'll only get a yard, maybe, up to the 41.
A gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and
On 2nd and 9. Burrow. Puts it on the carpet. It's out. And this is picked up by the Bears. And the possession is theirs at their own 43-yard line. These defenses have become so opportunistic, and no matter what you're playing, in this case wide receiver, you got to be careful.
You certainly do, because there is a phrase in today's football that we use all the time, completing the process of the catch. Well, it's after you do that where the trouble begins, right? Meaning you've tucked it away, you're trying to get downfield, but someone's always coming up trying to rake at the ball and knock it free.
Now, quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete. So 2nd down, still 10 yards to go, ball on the 43.
it's 2nd down and 10.
They run over center with Mitchell. And this one not going anywhere. They get him at the 44 for a gain of just a yard. On 3rd down, Wilson. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. And that one hits a little too close to the goal line, and it continues into the end zone for a touchback. Out is the Saints offense now as they get ready to take over here. And you can see, as many of you already know, they have clinched the NFC South, but as it stands, Charles, they would still need to host a game on Wild Card Weekend.
And that's a good thing for them, because coming out of your division, getting to the playoffs with an opportunity to host to start the playoffs, that's a pretty good way to get things going. Whoever came out of this division, we knew that they were going to be playoff ready, and this team certainly is.
10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a 1st down. A lot of running backs, a little bit of a disadvantage when you start talking MVP. Might not be the case this year. You think he's got a shot, don't you?
I do. I think he's got more than a shot, but what he's going to need here down the stretch this late in the season, he needs that big closing game, that game that we're all going to reflect on and go, oh my goodness, did he put up a number, let's say 200 plus?
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They'll run with Pollard. And some room to maneuver. And now off to the races down the right side. Touchdown, New Orleans. Tony Pollard with his 17th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Saints will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. Boy, Charles, this offense is just so explosive. They lead the league in scoring, and another example of just how good they are right there on that play.
Yeah, we often overstate about how explosive teams are, but this team is truly a threat to score on every snap, especially on the first few plays of any series. And a big streak like that only adds to their reputation as the league's best offense.
Extra point try good by Gano, and it's now a 7-0 game. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. This fielded right at the goal line. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. The Chicago offense set to get started. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a 1st down now. Here's Mitchell now to kick off the drive. And he'll take this one up to about the 23. Right back to Mitchell on second down. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. Consecutive runs of 6 yards gives them a 1st and 10.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. And I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
First down, here's Mitchell. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
We think, Brandon, I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They're getting a nice push into the offensive backfield.
And a great example right there for the loss on the tackle. On 2nd and 11 now. Wilson. Oh, he dropped it. They were looking for him in the middle third. He couldn't catch it. Now 3rd down. Here's Wilson. And the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
And that's their first sack of this game, but how about last week? 6 sacks. Great coverage downfield, which helped that pass rush. They are really working in sync right now.
Here's Tommy Townsend on to punt. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And a fair catch taken back near about the 35, 36-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Saints will take over with a 1st down and 10. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. Even though they might not find the number 1 seed next to their name come playoff time, there's not going to be very many teams, if any, entering the playoffs on the kind of run they're on. They're hot.
And I love that word, hot, because every team in the league wants to go into the playoffs on that uptick. Because a lot of the time you serve notice to the rest of the league that, hey, we're the team you need to deal with. We're the team that's going to be a real problem for you. And if they can continue this streak, they can very well be that team and gain that confidence that they're seeking as they head to the playoffs.
And confidence, that's the word I would use from our meetings with them. They said we're playing our best football right now. It is showing. And that's going to be caught by Peoples-Jones. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Here's Pollard. 109 yards rushing for him as he's got the afternoon off to a great start. From the 40 now on 2nd down. Burrow. This one complete to Curtis Samuel. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. It's his first catch, and it'll be good for 15 at a 1st down. And he went in route there from the slot for the completion.
Love how he runs his routes because it's all setting up your defender. Give him a little something one way, take it the other way. Head and shoulder fake. Sometimes you make one step to the outside, then break it inside. Really well-run route.
They'll go with Pollard here on 1st down. And a strong run there as he'll maneuver his way down inside the 15. 11 more yards that go around, a 1st down as well. One thing's for sure, this defense has to figure out how to stop the ground game. He's eating them up here in the first quarter.
It looks like they have to go to different forces, aren't they? The conventional things aren't working too well. So I remember a coach of mine saying way back when a back's having a great game, you've got to get the ball out of his hands. See how far he can run without the ball. And what he meant was takeaways, knock it loose.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by John Johnson. And the Bears will take over here at their own 12-yard line.
Definitely not the ideal time to see that mistake, partner, because this is still a one-possession game, and that's at least a field goal that just vanished with that turnover. Now, pressure's on defensively to prevent that pick from turning into points for the other side.
And now the Bears coming out as they get ready. Still in the first half, but this offense has struggled. Haven't really been able to get anything going, not only in the points category, but in the yards category. We'll see if they can do better here on this drive. They'll start with a run by Mitchell. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. Throwing on 2nd and 8. Wilson. Man open is Robinson. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. That one good for 26 and a first down. Throwing is Wilson. Throw right side, complete to Williams. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47. They'll go option on 2nd down, right side. And he is going to lose yardage here. Wilson. And that is incomplete. Here's Tommy Townsend now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. Now the Saints, they trot their offense out here. And they, if you just look at this game, Charles, on paper, they've got the edge, no doubt. They're hanging around the top of the NFC. On the other side, you got a squad that's towards the bottom of the NFC. But when we mentioned that to the coaches, they were having no part of it.
Yeah, and I like how you said when we mentioned it. In fact, I mentioned it, and I upset them a little bit, didn't I? Because they wanted no part of that one, and I was reminded, like a 5-year-old, this is the NFL. Any given Sunday, anything can happen. They are guarding against the upset.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. From the shotgun, it's Burrow. This one complete to Jalen Waddle.
Complete to Jalen Waddle. It's a gain of 8. Makes it 3rd and 5.
They're passing here. Joe Burrow. Pass to Tony Pollard out of the backfield. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. A pickup of 24 on the 3rd down conversion.
And so much of football is about mismatches. And here, they're going to line their running back out wide to the right. And I think defensively, there's a little indecision. They weren't quite sure how they wanted to defend that. And they weren't able to until he was way downfield.
Burrow on play action. Flushed out, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Ready for the second quarter from New Orleans. It's the Saints in possession. So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24. Flush to his right. That's into a crowd and intercepted. John Johnson with the INT. And the Bears are going to take possession of the football. He got outside the pocket there trying to improvise, and he was calling for the ball downfield, but still the interception.
I think what happened, he did call for the ball thinking that he was open, but I think the quarterback spotted him too late. And that margin that he had on the defenders, that got eaten up, and they came up with the interception.
From the gun, a give to Mitchell. And he's going to get this one down to the 30. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. But once again, it's Mitchell. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29. A good field position to start the drive, but under the gun now here on 3rd and 8. Now it's Wilson. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. The kick by McManus is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So they get the turnover in plus territory. The drive stalls out, but still able to get 3 out of that.
Yeah, we were able to see an offense and a defense kind of mix and match with each other, didn't we? Both of them trying to make sure that they have the upper hand and the advantage. Offense trying to get to the end zone. Defense, of course, trying to hold them to a field goal attempt. And it wasn't a guaranteed lock 3 from where they started. So, the offense has to be happy to come away with those 3 points.
The New Orleans offense set to take over. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show.
And now Burrow going to be intercepted yet again. Picked off by Jamal Adams. And the Bears are going to take possession of the football. A nightmare of a first half for him. That's now 3 interceptions. But Charles, with his talent, if anyone can shake this off and right the ship, it's him.
I agree, because you don't get to be one of the best quarterbacks in the league without developing some major mental toughness. So I expect him to go in the locker room at halftime, hit the reset button, and come out a new guy in half number 2.
He was taken down at the 22-yard line. A gain of 5 brings up second.
From the 22, Wilson. Oh, he dropped it. They were looking for him in the middle third. He couldn't catch it. Now 3rd down. Here's Wilson. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. The rushing numbers for Wilson maybe down from earlier in his career, but he's still a threat to go, showing it there, picking up the 1st down. Up the middle, here's Mitchell. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. 2nd and 3, and they trail 7-3, but getting close to changing that. And this defense hoping to limit them to. And he is going to go down back at the 11-yard line. T.J. Edwards. The blitz works to perfection as he gets in there to dump him for a loss of 8. We've seen how this quarterback can beat you with his legs. Saw it earlier on his drive, as a matter of fact. But that time, they had him covered.
They really gave him no place to escape, because oftentimes they're able to find a crack, a sliver, anything that can get them upfield. On that occasion, nothing open at all, and they swarmed him.
Able to get this to Gordon. And he'll be tackled right on the 10, well short of the 1st down. Call it a gain of a yard, and that's going to bring up a 4th down.
Partner, I think that completion takes the definition of dink and dunk to a different level, doesn't it?
It does, and the defense was right there, kind of played into their hands. The kick by McManus is good, and they'll get it back within a point at 7-6. Well, still some climbing left to do to get back to even, but forcing a turnover and getting the field goal there, that's a small step toward erasing the early deficit.
Absolutely. That interception field goal, that's the beginning of what they hope will be several steps towards erasing that deficit and building a lead of their own by the time this game is over.
Back out onto the field now comes the New Orleans offense. Here comes another drive from this unit, and Charles, they're coming off a costly mistake on the last possession, an interception in a game that is very close right now.
Well, as we know, they all sting no matter what the situation, but in a one-possession game, that'll hurt a little bit more. But this is an excellent opportunity to make up for it on this drive. I just don't expect them to try and take huge gambles to make up that momentum in a hurry.
That play going for 16 yards to start the drive. 1st down.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. They run straight ahead here with Pollard. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Here's Burrow. That's caught. Waddle on the left side. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line. So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 47. Pollard Going to try the right side. Down to about the 45.
Tony Pollard, the ball carrier. He was brought down at the 45-yard line.
From the 45 on second down. Burrow. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 32-yard line. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
135 yards rushing for him now as his sensational afternoon continues.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
First down, and it's Pollard again. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Tony Pollard with his 19th touchdown, his second of the game. And they're able to add on to their advantage. And always a good first half when you can hit pay dirt twice.
And it never hurts to have that good feeling as the game moves on. Just think about halftime. If that's all he gets, he'll just sit there at the half and think, all right, 2 already. I can get some more. I can get some more. And it'll be encouraging his offensive line to create some space.
Gano the extra point, and the lead is up to 8. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. Taken at the goal line. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. They've probably got some adjustments to make because they've moved the football okay at times, but they haven't been able to get anything consistently going, have they?
What you worry about is it almost turns into a basketball game where one team's coming down and hitting threes, and you're coming back and getting twos, and you steadily lose ground. In this situation, you're talking about touchdowns to field goals. They want to put in the end zone and put those sixes on the board.
Yeah, they've been settling. That's why they're down on the scoreboard right now. That's a jet sweep. Wilson with a little pop pass. Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. Here comes the Bears punter now as he's on for the 5th time here today. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. Fair catch called for and taken right near the 30-yard line. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. That last drive, it was a good mix. Run, pass, defense on their toes.
And what really helps out in a big way is when you're doing the run-pass mix and everything's working, that means that they're guessing wrong every time on defense. They think you're going to pass when you run and vice versa. I would continue that, and when they finally draw a beat on you, maybe you mix it up a little bit, a little play action and throw the ball.
And will they maintain that balance? Time to find out. Looking to throw on second down. Burrow, 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
It's a gain of 4. Brings up 3rd and 7.
Now it's Burrow. To the sideline, he's got the catch, and he kept the feet in bounds. Well done. Excellent play there on 3rd down. Give him 25 yards. So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. They'll run left with Pollard, and maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. On 2nd and 11 now. Burrow. That's into the hands of Pitts, the tight end. And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line.
That's a gain of 8.
Burrow on 3rd down. Got his target, Samuel. And he is going to have a Saints first down by a couple of yards as they're able to convert here on 3rd and 3.
And the Saints first down.
It'll be a handoff to Pollard. And he fights forward for a modest 2-yard gain, 2nd down.
A gain of 2. Brings up 2nd and 8. The Bears
From the 25 on 2nd down. Burrow. That's complete to Peoples-Jones. And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here.
First and 10 at the 17-yard line.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. He's got his pass-catching tight end. That's Pitts. And the Saints are going to be set up with a 1st and goal coming up as they get him down at the 6-yard line.
It certainly feels like there are more stars at the tight end position than there were even 10 years ago. And I think it's become more of a glamour position because of the ways it can hurt a defense, and guys want to be involved. They can be in line, close to the line of scrimmage. They can split out like receivers. But hands, route running, speed, and some toughness to go across the middle.
And he is in for the score. Touchdown, New Orleans. Tony Pollard on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Saints have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. So what a first half that he has had running the football. That now 3 touchdown runs.
And I would anticipate that when they get down in the red zone, he's going to get more chances as this game goes on. And I think that the guys blocking for him are going to ask for him to get more chances. They like the rhythm they've developed.
Extra point try good by Gano. And the lead is up to 15 now. A pretty long drive that time. 11 plays all told. And it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run. And this will not be returned. It's a touchback, and they'll begin at the 25. Another drive coming up for this Chicago offense. And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. And incomplete on the deep ball. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Again, Wilson. And it's complete to Mitchell. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. And another timeout called for by the offense as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1. Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. Here comes the Bears punter now as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today. This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. And now where will the side judge stop his walk? That's the question. He says it crossed out of bounds at about the 17-yard line. The Saints offense going to head out now late in this first half. Throwing now, Burrow on 1st down. Over the middle into traffic, and that's complete. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. Ahead of the chains now, 2nd and 2. Burrow looking to pass. Short throw caught by Pitts. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line.
A gain of 10 yards.
Final play of the half for Burrow and company. Over the middle, it's complete. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Here's the option going left on 2nd down. Only a yard there on the keeper, and that's going to leave him with a 3rd down. On 3rd down, here's Mitchell. And he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively, and it likely forces a punt situation. Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but boy, their offense was on fire in this ball game.
And partner, I have no idea what the top speed is on one of those high-end sports cars. What's the top gear you can get into? This offense, they certainly were there in this one, huh? Everything clicking for them in this contest, the kind of performance that they're going to cherish.
So for New Orleans, they earn one final victory and finish the regular season at 13-4. And now they'll await the final seeding for the playoffs ahead. Meanwhile, for the Bears, they will indeed limp to the finish line, unfortunately, as they close out a 6-11 campaign. And this is a team that has a few good pieces in place.